Hello friends. So in this video, we will talk about list data type in Python and basic operation on that, like slicing, indexing, how indexes work on list and everything. So without wasting time, I'll share my screen and let's start. Here you can see my screen. I'm using Anaconda and I'm creating a variable. So just like any other variable, there is a one data type, one variable type, that is list. So from list itself, it is a collection of some other data types, like it is a heterogeneous collection. If you are aware of array in any other programming language, just like C or Java, so here the array is directly not available in Python, but list is available. So array is a collection of homogeneous data type, but list is a collection of heterogeneous data type. When I say heterogeneous, what does that mean? It means within a list, you can have multiple elements of different data types. I'll show you the example. I'm creating a variable L1 equal to, and list is created using square bracket. So I'm writing 1, then 1 2.34, then third element will be like Akshay, then fourth element will be like 2 plus 3j. So that I'm just showing you how all different type of data types can be collected in single list. Okay, so yeah, and I'll write one boolean also, that is true. Okay, so I have created one list. I'm trying to print it L1. So yeah, that's it. If I check the type of L1, so I'll get list. Okay, so this is a list. Now you can do multiple operation, just like we talked about strings. Here the indexes are available and indexes are nothing but same. Okay, so I'll show you. There are forward indexes and backward indexes, just like string. If you want to go into detail, you can watch my string video, string indexes and slicing and that kind of video. There I have explained it in details. So I'll show you how forward and reverse index works in basic way. So consider this as a list. Okay, and right now there are different elements like 1 12.34 Akshay, 2.3j and 2 all have different data types, and that is possible. Okay, so here I'll represent it by element E1 E2 E3 E4. You consider that E1 E2 E3 is nothing but a data. Okay, for ease of understanding, I am writing E1 E2 E3. So it is E1 E2 E3 E4 and E5. Okay, these are different elements. If I talk about forward indexing, again, just like string, it will start from left to right and it will start with number 0. So number 0, then it is 1, 2, 3 and 4. Similarly, reverse indexing is also available. So it will be from right to left, and it will start with -1, -2, -3, -4 and -5. So just like string, it will be the same. Now I'll show you. If I do L1 of 0, you will see I got the first element. L1 of 2, I got the second element. L1 is the name of my variable. Okay, don't get confused. That one over there is not index or anything. L1 of 3 is this, and L1 of 4 is this. Similarly, if you want to do slicing, you can follow all the instructions which I given in my string slicing video. So L1 of 0 to what I say, so 1 0 1 2 3 4. So if I take 0 to 4, just like string, it will take the starting index and it will exclude the end index. So I got 0th index, first, second and third. Okay, if I do L1 of, I'll keep starting index and ending index blank. So it is like that. Similarly, L1 of starting index and end index as a blank, and I'm just mentioning the step size as -1. By default, it is 1, and right now it is -1. So I'm not repeating myself again and again. Why? Because all those things we have already done in string, and it is exactly same when we talk about list as well. Okay, so you can see I have reversed the list. Actually, I haven't reversed the list. Like if I print the L1 again, it is in correct order. This is the original form. Here I have done some operation, but I haven't saved it anywhere else. Okay, whatever is the output of the operation, that is printed over there. Okay, so keep that in mind. I am not altering my list. So this is how you can do the slicing forwards using forward indexing. Similarly, I'll show you some example with reverse indexing. So reverse indexing, what I'll start with -1, I'll go up to -5. So actually it will exclude the -5. It will go up to -4 only, and the step size is -1. Again, see, it is same. Now, what all operation we can do? The slicing part is exactly same to the string. There is one difference in string and list. Just like I told you in my earlier video, string is immutable. Once you create a string, you cannot alter it. You can do some operation on top of that, and you can create a new string. But once a string is created, you cannot modify that string. But when it comes to list, the case is not the same. The list is mutable. Once you create a list, you can modify that list again and again multiple times. How? I'll show you. This is the L1. Now I'll show you, I'll modify the 0, 1, 2, the second index, this element, I'll modify that. So L1 of 2 is Akshay. Now what I will do, L1 of 2, I'm assigning the new value, that is nothing but Daga. And I am again printing my L1. So you can see the second, this value is now modified. Now don't get confused. I haven't modified any string variable. I have modified complete element as it is. See, if I think about getting only D, not Daga, like if I do L1 of 2, I am getting the string. So if I check the type of L1 of 2, it is nothing but a string. Now all the operation I can perform on that, which we have already applied on all the strings. So if I do L1 of 2, it is string. Now I want only the D from that very first element. So what I'll do, L1 of 2 and then 0th index of that. So I got D. So if I try to modify that D, so how I'll do that? L1 of 2 of 1, that means I got that access to D, and I'm trying to replace that D by, let's say, Z. Then it won't work. Why? String is immutable, but list is not. I can replace the whole element from the list, but I cannot modify the string. Whatever are the element of the string, I cannot modify that. So just printing once again the list. Okay. Now I'll show you L1.0. That is the first element, like that is 1. I can modify that. L1 of 0 equal to 5. And if I print L1, so that element is modified from 1 to 5 now. Okay. So that is possible. Now the mutable, immutable part is done. The slicing part is done. The remaining part is, yes, plus operation. I had talked about how plus operator work on integer differently and string differently. Let's see how the plus operator work on list. Now I have L1 list. I'll create one more list, that is L2, and I'll write something like let's say APDAGA, then dump box. Yes. Now this is L2. If I do L1 plus L2, just like string, what it will do? It will do the concatenation. Whatever is the list in L1, same is concat. This is L1, and whatever are the element from L2, those are nothing but concatenated into list L1 and L2 are concatenated in correct sequence. So this is how plus operation works. I talked about the multiplication operator on string. Similarly, I'll talk about multiplication operator on list. So there is a L1. If I do L1 star, that is multiplied by 2, what it does, just like string, it it replicated all the elements from L1 list 2 times. So you can see this is our L1 and same are replicated once again here. If I do L1 3 into 3, it will replicate it 3 times. It is again horizontal, but why it is showing vertical? For ease of weaving, nothing else. Similarly, one more thing. If I talk about L1, I have shown you how I can replace each and every element. One more good part is, if I want to replace this complex, let's say this part, this is a Boolean data type. Okay, this element is Boolean. It is not mandatory that I should replace a Boolean data type by Boolean itself. If I want to replace L1 of, I'll say 0, 1, 2, 3, and 4. So L1 of 4, that is true. Okay. If I want, I can change L1 of 4 to some string. So I'll write hi. Okay. And if I print L1, see, now this 2 is replaced by hi. This 2 is a Boolean data type and this hi is a string data type. Similarly, I can replace any data type by any other data type in list. Okay. One more important thing. When I say list is a heterogeneous data type, so list can comprise of multiple different data type. And one good part is list can have another list as one of its element. I'll show you how. So it is L1. Okay. Now what I will do, I'll create a new element, a new list L2 as a list where the first element is nothing but L1, comma, and I'll write few new things like some numbers, some few decimal number or anything else. And if I check that, let's see what happens. If I do L2, see here L2 is a list. In that, the very first element is nothing but a list. This is the second element, this is the third element. If I do L2 of 0, 0th index, I got the first element, that is nothing but a list. L2 of 1, second element, L2 of 2, another element. Sorry, I did some typo. L2 of 2, I got the last element. Similarly, if I want to get this number 5, so what I'll do, L2 of 0, I got the first element, that is nothing but list. And now within that list, I want the first element. First element means 0th index. So I got 5. Similarly, L2 of 0 of, let's say now I want Daga from this. So L2 of 0 gave me this list. Okay. And from that, I want this element. So what I'll do, 0, 1, 2. So L2 of 0 and then of within that the second index. So I got Daga. So this is how the list works. It is really beautiful. You can do multiple operation when you work on some project or something. You will see list is very, very important. And just like string, the indexing and slicing operation on list is exactly similar to that of string, with only one difference. You cannot modify string, but you can modify list. Okay. At the same time, I have shown you how you can concatenate two lists, how you can multiply, replicate that list. So that's it. One more thing, I did the plus operation on two different lists. I'll show you L1. Okay. What if I do L1 plus some string, that is hello? It won't work. Why? Here I'm trying to operate one list plus another string. The plus operator will work as expected if you have both list or both string. But if you take one list and one string, it won't work. Workaround is simple. What you can do, L1 plus, either you pass this hello within a square bracket, so it will become a list. So like this, it will become a list with single element. So L1 plus another list, so it will concatenate like this. There is another option, we talked about typecasting. So typecasting is possible for list as well. So I'm doing L1 plus. So if you want to convert any string into a list, what you will do, not only string, if you want to convert any of the data type into a list, you will write list, and within that you will pass that variable, so that value. So right now I am passing this hello string. Okay, see, so yeah, see, it is a different. When I do this list into I tried to do typecasting. What it does, it converted each and every element, each and every character from the string into a single element within list. I'll show you how. List of hello, it will create a new list with single character as one element. That's why you got this output. So you can do plus operator on two lists, but not on one list and one string. I'll try it the same with integer. I got the error, right? So if I want to do that, how I will do that? L1 plus, I'll pass the same value within square bracket. So it will be like list plus list. It is nothing but concatenation. So this is how it works. So we have covered the basic part of list, how it works. In our next video, we'll talk about some basic functions which we can use on list, and that's it. Hope you got some idea from this video. You got some knowledge, and if you like this content, this kind of videos, please hit the like button. If you have any doubt, you can put it in the comment box, and at the same time, please share and subscribe my channel to encourage me. This is Akshay Daga signing off. Thank you very much. Bye bye.